High Admiral Thek stood before the massive holographic display aboard the Valkyrian flagship Star Sovereign, his crystalline form refracting the soft blue light of countless star systems. His attention focused on a seemingly unremarkable planet in the Orion Arm, Earth. Another primitive world, he mused, his resonant voice echoing through the command chamber. The tactical readouts confirmed what their long-range scans had already suggested. No energy shields, no quantum weapons, not even basic antimatter containment technology. Just billions of humans living in their steel and concrete cities, oblivious to the vastness of space around them. Commander Lyra, his second-in-command, approached with a data crystal. The assessment team's final report, Admiral. Earth appears to be exactly what it seems. A Level 2 civilization barely capable of reaching their own moon. Fex absorbed the crystal's data directly through his crystalline matrix. The information flowed through him. Earth's primitive combustion engines, their reliance on fossil fuels, their fragmented political structure. Everything pointed to an easy conquest. Yet something bothered him. Commander, do you not find it strange? This sector has seen dozens of civilizations rise and fall over the millennia. How has Earth remained untouched for so long? Lyra's form shifted, creating patterns that indicated mild amusement. The old stories about scout ships disappearing near Earth. Surely you don't believe those spacer tales, Admiral. Legends often have a kernel of truth, Commander. Thex expanded the holographic display, highlighting Earth's defensive capabilities, or lack thereof. But you're right. Their most advanced weapons are crude nuclear devices. Their space presence consists of a handful of fragile stations. They're precisely what they appear to be. In the observation deck below, Dr. Venn, the expedition's chief xenobiologist, was conducting her own analysis. Her crystalline appendages moved gracefully over the control surfaces as she studied human biological data. Fascinating, she murmured. Such genetic diversity in a single species, such adaptability. A junior researcher approached her. Doctor, I've completed the comparative analysis you requested. Humans show unusual resistance to environmental stresses. Their cellular repair mechanisms are remarkably efficient. Note that in the report, Venn instructed, the Empire always needs hardy workers for the crystal mines. These humans might prove more valuable as labor than their technology suggests. Meanwhile, in the ship's strategic planning chamber, war strategist Crix was mapping out the invasion plan. The holographic display showed Earth's major population centers, military installations, and industrial complexes. 3 waves, he explained to his staff. First, we disable their primitive satellite network and military communications. Second, we establish air superiority. Their aircraft will be useless against our gravitic drives. Third, we secure their seats of power. Estimated resistance, one of his subordinates asked. Crix's crystalline form sparkled with confidence. Minimal. Their most advanced fighters would be target practice for our automated defense systems. Total planetary pacification within 72 hours. Back on the bridge, Admiral Thex made his decision. Prepare the invasion fleet. We launch in 36 hours. He turned to Commander Lyra. Send word to the Empire. Tell them Earth will be our newest acquisition before their next solar rotation. As the massive Valkyrian fleet began moving into position, hidden sensors deep within Earth's Van Allen belts detected their presence. In an underground facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, General Sarah Chen studied the incoming data with a grim smile. Right on schedule, she muttered, then turned to her staff. Initiative Prometheus is now active. Alert all defense grid commanders. And someone wake up Dr. Harrison. His quantum shield network is about to get its first real test. The Valkyrians were about to learn why no invasion force had ever successfully conquered Earth. They weren't the first to mistake humanity's careful preparations for primitive weakness. Like those who had come before, they would discover that Earth's apparent vulnerability was its most carefully crafted deception. As the first Valkyrian ships began their approach, Humanity's hidden defenses waited silently in the darkness of space. The trap was set. Now it was just a matter of waiting for the enemy to spring it. Deep within the Cheyenne Mountain complex, General Sarah Chen watched as the Valkyrian fleet entered Earth's outer defense perimeter. The massive holographic display showed hundreds of crystalline ships, their forms refracting starlight like diamond shards against the void of space. "Status of the quantum mesh?" she asked, her voice steady despite the tension filling the command center. Dr. James Harrison looked up from his console, his dark eyes reflecting the blue glow of multiple screens. "The network is stable, General. All nodes are synchronized and running at optimal efficiency. They won't see it until they hit it." The quantum mesh was humanity's masterpiece, a near-invisible web of interconnected quantum fields that could transform from completely passive to devastatingly defensive in microseconds. To the Valkyrian sensors, it appeared as nothing more than background radiation. "First wave approaching deployment range," announced Colonel Maya Patel, her fingers dancing across the tactical interface. "They're launching dropships. Looks like they're targeting major military installations first." Chen nodded. They'd expected this. The Valkyrians were following standard invasion protocols, just as the Centaurians had 50 years ago, and the Proxima Coalition before them. "Let them get closer. Wait for my mark." In high orbit, Admiral Thex observed the deployment with satisfaction. Phase 1 proceeding as planned. He announced to his command staff. "No sign of defensive measures. Earth's primitive detection systems haven't even noticed our stealth approach." Commander Lyra's crystalline form sparkled with anticipated victory. "The dropships report optimal insertion vectors. First wave will make planetfall in approximately 7 minutes." "Excellent. Prepare the second wave for." Thex's orders were cut short by a sudden alarm. "Energy spike," a sensor operator called out. Massive quantum field manifestation encompassing the entire planet. Before Thex could respond, the quantum mesh activated. The seemingly empty space around Earth erupted with geometric patterns of pure energy. Dropships caught in the mesh found their quantum structures disrupted, their crystalline hulls destabilizing, as the carefully tuned fields interfered with their atomic bonds. "Impossible." Thex's form pulsed with shock and rage. Their technology level. They couldn't possibly. On Earth, Chen allowed herself a small smile. "Now, Dr. Harrison, show them what else we've been hiding." Harrison initiated the second phase. Across the globe, hidden installations powered up. Quantum accelerators, reverse-engineered from a dozen different alien technologies and enhanced by human innovation, sprang to life. Beams of concentrated quantum energy lanced upward, targeting the larger Valkyrian ships with unerring precision. "Admiral," Lyra's voice carried an unfamiliar note of fear. "Our shields are ineffective against their weapons. They're using some kind of hybrid technology. It's like they've combined multiple alien defense systems into something entirely new." Thex watched in horror as his mighty fleet began to crumble. The humans weren't just defending. They were counterattacking with devastating effectiveness. Squadrons of fighters emerged from concealed bases on Earth's moon, their designs incorporating technology that shouldn't have been possible for a Level 2 civilization. "Fall back," he ordered. "All ships, emergency withdrawal. We've been deceived." In Cheyenne Mountain, Colonel Patel reported with barely contained excitement. "They're retreating, General. The quantum mesh has destroyed 60% of their dropships, and our lunar squadrons are engaging the remainder." Chen activated the global command channel. "This is General Chen to all defense grid commanders. Execute Protocol Omega. Don't let them escape with any tactical data about our capabilities." Around the world, humanity's full defensive capabilities revealed themselves. Orbital platforms shed their disguises as defunct satellites. Hidden bases on Mars powered up their long-range interceptors. The asteroid belt itself seemed to come alive as concealed weapon platforms activated. "Remarkable," Dr. Harrison breathed, watching the display. "We've exceeded even our most optimistic combat projections. The integration of multiple alien technologies is performing better than we hoped. Chen's expression remained stern. Don't celebrate yet. This was just their first attempt. Once word gets back to their empire about what happened here, they'll return with a better understanding of what they're facing. Let them come, Colonel Patel said firmly. Each attack makes us stronger. Every piece of technology we capture, every tactic we observe, it all gets added to our defensive capabilities. Chen nodded. Earth's greatest strength had always been its ability to learn, adapt, and improve. Every failed invasion had contributed to their current defensive capabilities. The Valkyrians' technology would be no different. As the surviving alien ships flowed into hyperspace, Chen turned to her staff. Begin recovery operations. I want every piece of debris collected and analyzed. And send word to the Council. It's time to consider implementing the Revelation Protocol. The galaxy needs to know that Earth is no longer pretending to be defenseless. The age of humanity hiding its true capabilities was coming to an end. The only question was, how would the galaxy react when they learned the truth? The Valkyrian High Council chamber erupted in chaos as Admiral Thex's report concluded. The crystalline beings shifted and sparkled with agitation, their forms reflecting the gravity of Earth's deception. Supreme Commander Vex's voice cut through the discord. You mean to tell me that this supposedly primitive world not only repelled our fleet, but has been systematically acquiring and improving upon alien technology for centuries? The evidence is undeniable. Thex responded, his form dimmed with shame. Their quantum mesh technology alone combines elements from at least 7 different civilizations. They've been playing dead, Supreme Commander, waiting and learning from every attempted invasion. Meanwhile, Earth's defense forces were far from idle. In a secure facility beneath the Pacific Ocean, Dr. Harrison and his team examined the captured Valkyrian technology. Their crystalline computing architecture is fascinating, he mused, studying a recovered ship fragment. It's like they've grown their computers rather than built them. General Chen observed from a nearby platform. Can we adapt it? Better. Harrison's eyes gleamed. We can improve it. Their system is elegant but rigid. Combining it with our quantum processors could create something entirely new. The facility hummed with activity as scientists and engineers worked to integrate the newly acquired technology. This was humanity's true strength, not just copying alien advances, but understanding, combining, and enhancing them in ways their original creators never imagined. Above Earth's atmosphere, Colonel Patel supervised the deployment of upgraded defense satellites. The new units incorporated Valkyrian crystalline technology, making them virtually invisible to standard detection methods. Defense grid at 85% coverage, she reported. The next wave won't find us as vulnerable as they think. The next wave came sooner than expected. The Valkyrian Empire, stunned by their defeat, launched a massive counteroffensive. This time, they came prepared for Earth's quantum mesh. Multiple hyperspace ruptures detected, announced the Lunar Defense Station. Count exceeds 2,000 vessels. Energy signatures indicate Dreadnought-class ships among them. General Chen's voice remained calm as she addressed the global defense network. This is what we've prepared for. Initiate Protocol Thanatos. Across the solar system, humanity's full military might revealed itself. The asteroid belt transformed as massive mining operations, unveiled themselves as warship construction facilities. Mars's polar ice caps shimmered and disappeared, revealing vast underground hangars housing Earth's own dreadnought fleet. By the first crystal, Supreme Commander Vex gasped as the tactical display updated. They'd been building out here for decades. Those ships, they're using technologies from a dozen different species. Earth's fleet emerged from its hidden docks. Each vessel represented the pinnacle of hybrid technology. Centaurian power cores merged with Proximan shield systems, enhanced by human innovations, and now incorporating Valkyrian crystalline computing. The space battle that followed would be remembered for centuries. Earth's ships, though outnumbered, demonstrated combat tactics that left the Valkyrians reeling. Human crews, trained in simulator programs incorporating centuries of alien combat data, outmaneuvered their crystalline opponents at every turn. Remarkable, Dr. Harrison observed from the command center. They expected us to fight like one of their traditional enemies. They don't know how to handle our combined tactics. Indeed, Earth's forces fought unlike any civilization the Valkyrians had encountered. One moment employing Centaurian swarm tactics, the next switching to Proximan siege formations, then unleashing entirely new strategies developed by human military minds. The tide turned decisively when Earth unveiled its ultimate weapon, the Prometheus Array. Massive orbital platforms, disguised as dwarf planets in the Kuiper Belt, powered up. They created a quantum entanglement field that encompassed the entire battlefield. What sorcery is this? Vex demanded as his ship's crystalline structures began to resonate uncomfortably. Not sorcery, General Chen responded over an open channel. Just good old-fashioned human ingenuity. We studied how your ships work, grew to understand them, and found their weakness. The Prometheus Array's quantum field intensified. Valkyrian ships began to vibrate as their crystalline structures fought against the resonance frequency Earth's scientists had discovered. One by one, the mighty vessels shattered, their crews evacuating in emergency pods. Supreme Commander Vex watched in horror as his fleet disintegrated. Full retreat, he ordered. Back to Empire space. Now. As the surviving Valkyrian ships fled, Earth's forces held position. They could have pursued, could have pressed their advantage. Instead, General Chen gave a different order. Let them go. They'll carry the message back to their empire and to the rest of the galaxy. Earth is no longer hiding. The Galactic Council convened in an emergency session, its chamber filled with representatives from 100 spacefaring civilizations. The revelation of Earth's true capabilities had sent shockwaves through interstellar society. The Centaurian delegates' crystalline form pulsed with concern. For centuries, they've been collecting our technologies, studying our tactics, building in secret. How did we not see this? Because we saw what we expected to see, the Proximan representative replied, their biomechanical form humming with frustration. They played their role perfectly. The primitive species, barely able to reach their moon. In Earth's orbital command station, General Chen met with the first wave of alien diplomats. The station's design itself was a statement, a seamless blend of technologies from dozens of civilizations, enhanced by human innovation. We never wanted war, Chen explained to the assembled delegates. Every defensive measure we developed was in response to unprovoked attacks. We simply learned from each encounter. The Arcturian ambassador, a being of pure energy contained within a sophisticated environmental suit, spoke. Yet now you possess possibly the most formidable military force in the galaxy. The combined knowledge of countless civilizations, refined and improved upon. What are your intentions? Before Chen could respond, alarms blared throughout the station. Colonel Patel's voice came through the command channel. Multiple hyperspace signatures detected. It's not just the Valkyrians this time. They've formed a coalition. The tactical display showed the incoming fleet, vessels from a dozen different species, all united by fear of Earth's emerging power. The Valkyrians had convinced them that humanity posed an existential threat to galactic stability. Dr. Harrison burst into the command center. General, we've detected quantum irregularities in the approaching fleet. They're using some kind of combined shielding technology. They've learned from our example. Chen's expression hardened. So be it. If they want to see humanity's full capabilities, we'll oblige them. She turned to the alien diplomats. I suggest you contact your governments immediately. What happens next will change the galaxy forever. Earth's defense grid activated, but this time it was different. Years of studying alien technology had led to this moment. The quantum mesh didn't just defend. It reached out, probing the enemy fleet's defenses with tendrils of pure energy. Remarkable, the Arcturian ambassador observed. You're not just using our technologies. You're making them work together in ways we never imagined possible. The battle that followed demonstrated why humanity had survived countless invasion attempts. Earth's ships moved with impossible precision, their hybrid technology adapting in real time to counter enemy tactics. The Prometheus array, now enhanced with Valkyrian crystal technology, created quantum distortions that turned space itself into a weapon. But the Coalition fleet was formidable. They had brought planet-killer weapons, forbidden technology that hadn't been seen in millennia. As the battle raged, Chen received an urgent message from the lunar bases. "General," Dr. Harrison's voice was tense. "We're detecting massive energy buildups in their fleet. They're preparing to use something called the Nova Cascade." The fools, the Arcturian ambassador's energy form flickered with alarm. That weapon hasn't been used since the Great Collapse. It could tear apart the fabric of space-time itself. Chen's decision was immediate. Initiate Project Ascension. Authorization code. Prometheus Unbound. Throughout the solar system, hidden quantum reactors activated. Earth's ultimate defense system, combining technologies spanning thousands of years of galactic development, came online. The very laws of physics seemed to bend as humanity revealed its final secret. The Coalition fleet's weapons powered up, ready to unleash devastation, only to find their systems going dark. Earth's defense grid had evolved beyond mere physical barriers. It now operated on a quantum level, selectively altering the fundamental forces of nature within its sphere of influence. "Impossible," the Valkyrian commander transmitted. "No single species could achieve this level of control." "That's where you're wrong," Chen responded. "We're not just a single species anymore. We're the sum of every civilization that tried to conquer us, every technology we adapted, every lesson we learned. Humanity's greatest strength isn't our weapons or defenses. It's our ability to learn, grow, and evolve." As the Coalition fleet hung powerless in space, the Galactic Council representatives watched in stunned silence. Earth hadn't just defended itself. It had demonstrated a mastery of technology that transcended traditional boundaries between species and civilizations. The age of hiding was over. Now came the harder task: convincing the galaxy that humanity's power would be used not for conquest, but for protection. The real war wasn't fought with weapons, but with ideas, and humanity was just getting started. 1 month after the failed Coalition attack, Earth's orbital command station hosted an unprecedented gathering. Representatives from every major galactic power assembled to witness humanity's proposal for a new interstellar order. General Chen stood before the assembled delegates, her uniform displaying no rank or insignia. Behind her, the holographic display showed real-time images of Earth's defense grid being reconfigured. "Today, we're deactivating our weapon systems," she announced. "Not because we fear retaliation, but because we choose a different path." Dr. Harrison stepped forward, activating a complex quantum interface. The assembled aliens watched as Earth's fearsome military technology transformed. Defense platforms converted into research stations. Quantum weaponry reformed into communication arrays. "Our strength was never in the weapons we built," Harrison explained. "It was in our ability to understand, combine, and improve upon different technologies. We're offering to share this knowledge." The Valkyrian Supreme Commander Vex's crystalline form shifted with skepticism. "Share your military secrets. Why would you do this?" "Because keeping secrets is what led us here," Chen responded. "Every species in this room has technology that could benefit others. Yet fear and mistrust keep us isolated, vulnerable to our own limitations." The Arcturian ambassador's energy form pulsed thoughtfully. "You propose an exchange of knowledge. Free sharing of technology between all species." "More than that," Harrison said. "We propose a new kind of collaboration. Earth's hybrid technology proves that different approaches can work together, creating something greater than the sum of its parts." Colonel Patil activated another display, showing the transformed Prometheus array. "Our greatest achievement wasn't building better weapons. It was understanding how different technologies could complement each other. Imagine applying that principle to medicine. exploration, environmental restoration. The chamber hummed with discussion as the implications became clear. Humanity wasn't offering submission or demanding dominance. They were proposing a fundamental change in how civilizations interacted. There will be rules, Chen continued. Strict protocols for technology sharing. Safeguards against military applications. But the fundamental principle remains: we advance together, or we stagnate alone. The Proximan representatives' biomechanical form word thoughtfully. And if we refuse, if we choose to remain independent, then we respect that choice, Chen replied. Earth's defenses remain active, but only to protect, never to conquer. We've learned enough from history to know that forced cooperation leads only to resistance and resentment. As if to demonstrate their commitment, Earth's quantum mesh rippled visibly around the planet, its structure transforming from a weapon into an open communication network. The technology that had defeated the coalition now offered to connect them. The Galactic Council deliberated for 3 days. In the end, the decision wasn't unanimous, but it was decisive. The majority of civilizations chose to join Earth's initiative, which would soon become known as the Prometheus Accord. Research centers were established throughout the galaxy, each combining technologies and methodologies from multiple species. The quantum mesh expanded, creating an interstellar network of shared knowledge and resources. Years later, Dr. Harrison stood in the same chamber, addressing a new generation of scientists from dozens of worlds. Our greatest enemy was never each other, he said. It was our fear of difference, our reluctance to share and learn. Earth's story proves that strength comes not from superiority, but from synthesis. The galaxy had changed. Where once civilizations hoarded their knowledge and viewed others with suspicion, now collaboration and exchange flourished. Earth's defense grid remained, a reminder of past conflicts, but its primary function had evolved. It now served as a hub for the galaxy's greatest experiment in cooperative advancement. General Chen, watching from her office in the Lunar Command Center, smiled as another breakthrough was announced. A medical technology combining Valkyrian crystalline computing, Proximan bioengineering, and human neural interface design. This was humanity's true victory. Not the defeat of enemies, but the creation of a future where the word alien no longer meant threat. The age of isolation was over. The age of collaboration had begun. And somewhere in the vast expanse of space, other civilizations watched and wondered about the strange species that had turned from prey to predator to peacemaker, proving that the greatest power lay not in the strength to conquer, but in the wisdom to connect.